Welcome everyone, my name is Todd Wilson. Hope you're all doing good wherever you might be. And as we head into the warmer months, it's a beautiful day here today. The sun is shining bright, uh, windows are open. It's really, a time when we want to be outside and want to be doing a lot of activities we normally do this time of year. Of course, with the stay-at-home orders still in effect in most places, it's a little challenging to kind of get out the way we normally do, but there's still a lot we can do. I know for myself, I've been having little projects I've been working on. Cleaned out the basement, reorganized it, rebuilding a fence in the backyard. And those little projects are something that I look forward to that get me outside. And of course, just going on walks around the neighborhood, riding a bike. And running and just kind of doing things that get our hearts pumping, get us breathing, which is really important to clear out the lungs, and to just really keep our momentum going. If we're not able to do what we normally can do, to put that energy into some things that might be productive. And with that, of course, yoga is something that we can do inside or outside, in a yoga studio or at home. Yoga is something we can take with us everywhere, or, just do wherever you are. And it's a practice that is a personal practice. So, kind of making it your own practice is what I always recommend. Don't feel like you have to do everything that I'm offering here, but do what you can, and what works for you, stick with that. If it's something that doesn't feel right, then let it go. But with that, let's go ahead and start by closing the eyes and allow your hands to rest wherever is most comfortable for you. Breathing in and out through the nose, start to deepen the breath, and at the same time, slow the breath down. And with each breath in, breathe not only into the upper part of the chest, but take the breath deep down towards the belly and the pelvic floor. As the spine lengthens, the collarbones lift, expand the ribs both forward and back. Just as evenly with each exhale, drawing back in towards the heart center. Slight pause at the top and the bottom of each breath, and slightly restrict the back of the throat just enough to make a sound to gauge the evenness of the breath for Ujjayi breath, or victory breath. Staying with this slow, steady, even breathing throughout your practice today. Bring the hands together in front of the heart in Anjali Mudra. And let's make the sound of Om 3 times, with each Om going from A to O to in one smooth, fluid sound. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in. Gently press the thumbs against the sternum. As you inhale, lift the heart. As you exhale, bow to the heart. Release the hands, lift the head, open the eyes. And you might have a couple of blocks or a stack of books in place of the blocks. And you might also have a strap, or you can use a belt, maybe a bandana, something that will help extend the length of your arm to grab your foot. And just have those off to the side in case you need them. And let's come to child's pose. You can bring the arms out in front, and the seat can come back towards the heels. And with the forehead coming down, make as much room between the knees as you like to allow room for the belly and to widen your hips. Keeping the forehead down, go ahead and lift the elbows and come up onto your fingertips. And as if you had suction cups on the tips of the fingers, gently pull back with the hands, engaging the shoulder blades more on the back. Then pick up the forehead and the belly and walk your hands towards the right side. Keep the left hip grounded and take a few breaths over here. Walking the hands back to center and towards the left side, keeping the right hip grounded. Take a few breaths on this side. Walking the hands back to center, come up to all fours. Keep your hips over the knees, then walk your hands out in front, bringing the forehead down for Anahatanasana, heart softening pose, or puppy dog pose. Keep the elbows lifted and press down with the fingers, thumbs, and knuckles, engaging the shoulder blades more on the back. If you want a deeper back bend, you might bring the chin or the chest closer to the floor. Walking the hands back to all fours, or table pose, with the wrists under the shoulders, the hips over the knees. Take a few breaths here. With each inhale, breathing into the back of the ribs, the back of the waistline, expanding the back of the body. And with each exhale, allow yourself to soften and relax, and just allow for the fullness of the breath. Then pulling back with the hands, lengthening the spine as you inhale. Bring the head up, the heart forward as the front of the pelvis comes down for cow. Pressing forward with the hands, lengthening the spine. As you exhale, round the back. For this first cat stretch, you can roll the spine forward and back a few times. On your next inhale, lengthening, coming back up to cow. And as you exhale, rounding back to cat. Go through a few more cat and cows on your own, connecting the breath with the movement while maintaining the length in the spine. Then after your next cat stretch, coming back to table, bring one shoulder, one hip closer together, the other shoulder, the other hip closer together, and just make some movement from side to side. And then coming back to center, go ahead and place your hand to the top of the mat. You might have your blocks close to the top edges so they're easy to get to. And you want to have the hands about a half a foot in front of the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. Line the crease, the bend of your wrists parallel with the top of the mat. Tuck the toes with the feet hip-width apart and parallel with one another. Lift the knees, lift the hips, and press back to downward facing dog. You can walk the legs out some, bending one knee and the opposite knee. And then coming into a stillness in your down dog, take a few breaths here. And first get the arms and the back more in line. With each inhale, lengthening through the spine, lifting the hips. With each exhale, grounding through the hands and the feet, softening the heart towards the earth. You can either keep the knees bent, or if you do straighten the legs, keep the arms and the back in line. Inhale, forward to plank. Bring the shoulders over the wrists, the heels over the toes. And take a few breaths here. Lifting the back of the neck towards the ceiling. Lengthening from the top of the head through the heels. A subtle tilt of the pelvis. The front of the pelvis lifting, tailbone reaching back, getting the legs in the back more in line. As you exhale, slowly lower to the earth. Bring the knees, the chest, and the chin down. Slide forward, drop the top of the feet, then come up onto the forearms for Sphinx. With the elbows right under the shoulders, the palms down flat. Pull back with the hands and the forearms as you lift the heart, broaden the shoulders, and take a few breaths here, allowing your upper back to soften some. And then coming back down, bring the hands next to the ribs, with the wrists right under the elbows. Lift and lengthen the right leg and place it back down. Lift and lengthen the left leg and place it back down. Keeping the tops of the feet down, tone the calves, the thighs, and the tush. Peel the shoulders away from the floor. Pull back with the hands, lengthening the spine as you inhale. Gently rise up to cobra. As you exhale, come back down. Again, legs toned, peel the shoulders back. Pull back the hands, lengthen as you inhale, rise up. Exhale, come back down. Again, legs toned, peel the shoulders back. Pull back the hands, lengthen as you inhale, rise up. And this time, take a few breaths here. Keep the shoulders wide, the legs toned, distributing the weight through the fingers and allowing your lower back to soften some. Bhujangasana. Then as you exhale, come back down, tuck the toes, lift the knees, the thighs, and the hips. Keep the legs and the back in a line, then press all the way up to plank. Inhale to lengthen, and as you exhale, lift from the belly to press back to downward facing dog. And then walk your feet towards the hands. When you get to the top of the mat, inhale to come up halfway. And you can either bring your fingertips to the floor or hands to blocks or your books. And then heel and toe the feet just wider than the hips, keeping the feet parallel with one another. Then pull back with the hands as you inhale. Extend the heart forward, lengthen the spine. Keeping the spine long as you exhale, fold. Feel free to bend the knees as much as you like. Inhale, a halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, a halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Let your neck, your head, and your shoulders relax. And feel free to grab opposite elbows as you gently sway a little from side to side. And then switch the way your arms are laced, and again you can sway a little. Then release the arms. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bring your hands to the hips, fingers on the front, thumbs on the back. Ground the hips towards the heels as you inhale, lengthen through the spine to rise all the way up to standing. And then release your arms to the sides and gently sway the arms from side to side. You might lift one heel, bending the knee, and alternate, allowing your arms to gently tap on either side. And then coming back to center, standing at the top of the mat as if you were freestyle swimming, windmill the arms forward and walk backwards. Be careful not to run into anything. And then switch back as I hit the aquarium to a backstroke and walk forward. And then once again, freestyle as you walk back. And then backstroke as you walk forward. Then once again, freestyle as you walk back. And backstroke as you walk forward. And then coming back to the top of the mat, allow your arms to come to the sides. Bring the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. And reverse it, go back and up, forward and down. Back and up, forward and down. Back and up, forward and down. One more time the other way. Forward, up, back, and then allow your arms to come to the sides. And then standing at the top of the mat, feet hip-width apart and parallel with one another. Inhale, float the arms overhead. And exhale, Uttanasana fold. Inhale to come up halfway, fingers to the floor, or again, you might use blocks. Get strong in the left leg and extend your right leg off the mat, back behind you. Keeping the hips level with the earth, inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold over that strong left leg for the standing splits. If you want to try some balance, you might bring your left hand to the back of the left heel, back of the ankle, or the back of the shin. Inhale, come up halfway, place the hands, bring the right foot back down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, a halfway lift, place the hands, get strong in the right leg, and extend the left leg off the mat, back behind you. Hips level with the earth, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold over that strong right leg for the standing splits. If you want to try some balance, you might bring the right hand to the back of the right heel, back of the ankle, or the back of the shin. Inhale, come up halfway, place the hands, bring the left foot back down. Exhale, fold. Ground through the feet, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, float the hands to the sky, and exhale, bring the hands to the heart. And now we're going to do some more traditional sun salutations. We'll do the first round slow, and then we'll speed it up for a couple of rounds. So starting at the top of the mat, inhale, float the arms overhead, and exhale, fold. Place the hands and step your right foot back into a low lunge. Bring the back knee down. Lift the heart, lift the ribs, and inhale the arms overhead. You might keep the hands apart, or feel free to keep bring your hands together. But keep lifting the heart, tilting from the place behind the heart in the upper back for Anjaneyasana, half crescent. Bring the hands down, step back to plank. Exhale, lower to the earth. Slide forward, drop the top of the feet, lengthening as you inhale, rise up to cobra. Come back down, tuck the toes, press up, and exhale back to down dog. Inhale the right leg up, and exhale, step the right foot forward between the hands. Bring the back knee down. Lift the heart, lift the ribs, and inhale the arms overhead. And again, hands apart, or you can bring them together, but keep lifting the heart, tilting from the place behind the heart in the upper back, Anjaneyasana. Bring the hands down, step forward, and exhale, fold. Ground through the feet, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, float the hands to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Inhale, float the arms overhead. Exhale, Uttanasana fold. Place the hands, step the left foot back. Drop the knee, lift the heart, lift the ribs, and inhale the arms overhead. Keep lifting the heart, tilting from the place behind the heart in the upper back. Anjaneyasana. Bring the hands down. Step back to plank. Exhale, lower to the earth. Slide forward, drop the top of the feet, lengthen as you inhale, rise up to cobra. Come back down, tuck the toes, press up, and exhale back to down dog. Inhale the left leg up, and exhale, step the foot forward between the hands. Bring the back knee down. Lift the heart, lift the ribs, and inhale the arms overhead. Keep lifting the heart, tilting from the place behind the heart. Anjaneyasana, half crescent. Bring the hands down, step forward, and exhale, fold. Ground through the feet, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, float the hands to the sky. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Now we're going to speed it up some. Inhale, float the arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Place the hands, step the right foot back, drop the knee. Lift the heart, lift the ribs. Inhale the arms overhead. Bring the hands down. Step back to plank. Exhale, lower to the earth. Slide forward, lengthen as you inhale. Rise up to cobra. Come back down, tuck the toes, press up. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step the foot forward. Back knee down, lift the heart, lift the ribs. Inhale the arms overhead. Bring the hands down, step forward, and exhale, fold. Ground through the feet, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, float the hands to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Inhale, float the arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Place the hands, step the left foot back. Drop the knee. Lift the heart, lift the ribs. Inhale the arms overhead. Bring the hands down. Step back to plank. Exhale, lower to the earth. Slide forward, lengthen as you inhale. Rise up to cobra. Come back down, tuck the toes, press up. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step the foot forward. Back knee down. Lift the heart, lift the ribs. Inhale the arms overhead. Bring the hands down. Step forward and exhale, fold. Root to rise on the inhale, lengthening through the spine. Float the hands to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. One more round. Inhale, float the arms overhead. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Step the right foot back. Drop the knee. Lift the heart, lift the ribs. Inhale the arms overhead. Bring the hands down. Step back to plank. Exhale, lower to the earth. Slide forward, lengthen as you inhale. Rise up to cobra. Come back down, tuck the toes, press up. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step the foot forward. Back knee down, lift the heart, lift the ribs. Inhale the arms overhead. Bring the hands down. Step forward and exhale, fold. Ground through the feet, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, float the hands to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Inhale, float the arms overhead. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Step the left foot back. Drop the knee. Lift the heart, lift the ribs. Inhale the arms overhead. Bring the hands down. Step back to plank. Exhale, lower to the earth. Slide forward, lengthen as you inhale. Rise up to cobra. Come back down, tuck the toes, press up, and exhale back to down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step the foot forward. Back knee down, lift the heart, lift the ribs. Inhale the arms overhead. Bring the hands down. Step forward and exhale, fold. Ground through the feet, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, float the hands to the sky. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Then you can shake it out some. Maybe get a drink of water. And come back to the top of your mat. And then standing at the top of the mat, feet hip width apart and parallel with one another. Inhale, float the arms overhead. And as you exhale, bend the knees and bring the fingertips towards the floor. Keeping the seat low, inhale the arms out in front. Exhale, sink the seat. Inhale, bring the arms and the torso up a quarter of the way. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, another quarter of the way. Exhale, sink the seat. Inhale, another quarter of the way. Keep the seat low. Lift the heart, lift the ribs. And inhale the arms all the way up for Uttanasana, chair pose. Then as you exhale, bend the elbows, lift the heart and stick out the tongue for dragon breath. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale. Inhale, bring the arms up. This time, bend the elbows and interlace the fingers behind the back of the head at the base of the skull. Bring the elbows in, shoulder width apart. Press the head against the hands as you gently lift and lengthen the back of the head and the neck, shoulders coming back as the heart lifts. Inhale the arms next to the ears. Exhale, sink the seat. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Ground through the feet, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, float the hands to the sky, and then step the big toes closer together, heels just apart. As you exhale, bend the knees and bring the fingertips towards the floor. Keep the seat low, then sweep the arms wide, lift the heart, lift the ribs, and inhale the arms overhead. Keep the knees bent. As you exhale, bring the right arm forward, left arm back, and twist towards the left side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back, twist to the right. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to chair. This time as you exhale, bring the hands in front of the heart. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, twist towards the left side. Keep the hips and the knees even with one another. Spine long, seat low, breath steady. You can keep the hands together, or you might release the right hand towards the floor, left hand towards the ceiling. But keep the hips and the knees even. Bring the hands back together. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, twist to the right. Hips and knees even. Spine long, seat low, breath steady. And again, you might keep the hands together, or release the left hand towards the floor, right hand towards the ceiling, keeping the hips and the knees even, the spine long. Bring the hands back together. Inhale, back to center, come back to standing. Release the arms to the sides. Step the feet hip-width apart and parallel to one another. Spread the toes wide and spread the feet out. All four corners of the feet connected to the earth. Arches lifting. Rotate the thighs in. Root the tailbone towards the heels. Inhale, lift the heart, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, allow the arms and the shoulders to relax. Close the eyes. And just take a few breaths here. Into Tadasana, mountain pose. And just allowing yourself to relax into this good posture. And then open the eyes. And you might have your blocks where they're easy to get to again, out in front. And then shifting weight to the left foot, bring the right heel just above the left ankle. Hands together in front of the heart. Grounding through all four corners of the left foot, lifting the heart. You might stay here, or you might bring the foot to the calf. Or you might reach down, grab the shin, and bring the bottom of the foot to the inside of the thigh. Keep opening the right thigh behind you. The hands can stay at the heart, or keeping that heart center awareness, you might bring the arms overhead, possibly opening the arms, opening the fingers for Vriksasana, tree pose. And then bringing the hands back to the heart, bring the right knee out in front. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, fold, extending your right leg off the mat, back behind you, stopping about halfway. You might use the blocks, bringing the hands down, or you might keep your hands together in front of the heart. Keep the hips level with the earth, and focus on a point at least 3 or 4 feet, maybe further out in front. And if you're balanced, again, the hands can stay at the heart, or go back by the hips, palms facing down, off to the sides, or out in front. Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Slowly bending the front knee. As you exhale, float yourself back into a high crescent lunge. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then hook your thumbs together, gently pull the thumbs apart, reaching through the back heel and the front knee, hips coming down evenly as the heart lifts. As you exhale, extend towards the left side. Inhale back to center, exhale to the right. Inhale back to center, then as you exhale, bring the hands in front of the heart, the back knee coming down. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist towards the left side. Feel free to use the left hand on the thigh. You might keep the hands together or bring them back together. The back knee can stay down, or it has the option to lift. For Parvrita, Parsvottanasana, revolve side angle pose. The hands can stay together, or the option to release the right hand towards the mat, left hand towards the ceiling. Bringing the hands back together. Carefully as you inhale, come back to center. Place the hands, drop your back foot parallel with the back of the mat. Then windmill the arms up for Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. The front knee over the ankle, and the front heel lined up with the back heel or the back arch are in that range. The front knee and thigh in a line with the middle toe. As you inhale, lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, ground through both feet, stretching the hips evenly in both directions. Looking past the left, make sure the left and the right arm are about even. As you inhale, straighten the front leg, bring the arms overhead, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, ground through the back foot, bend the front knee, and open to Warrior 2. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bring the arms overhead. And exhale, Vira 2. Flip the left palm up, right hand to the back thigh. Inhale the left arm overhead. Rotate the heart and torso towards the front knee. And as you exhale, tilt back, reversing your warrior. And keep that front knee bent, the heart lifting, continuing the arc of the spine through the neck and the top of the head. Then inhale the arms back to Warrior 2. As you exhale, bring your left forearm to the thigh, right hand to the hip. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist the whole torso to bring the right shoulder back. You might stay here, or you might bring that left hand to a block, or you might bring that left hand to the floor. Right arm extending towards the ceiling. And if you can, keep the right shoulder stacked over the left. You might extend the arm next to the ear, the palm facing down. Parsvottanasana, extended side angle pose. Then inhale, back to Warrior 2. We're going to go one breath per movement for a couple of rounds. As you exhale, tilt back, reversing your warrior. Inhale, Warrior 2. Exhale, Parsvottanasana, side angle. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, Vira 2. And exhale, Parsvottanasana, side angle. And then bring both hands to the top of the mat. Pick up the back heel. And inhale the front left leg back to a three-legged dog. You might stay here, bending the knee and stacking the hip, left hip over the right, and you can stir the left foot and ankle. Or if you want to take a break in child's pose, feel free. Or if you do want to flip your dog, first float forward, shoulders over the wrist, pivot to the pinky toe edge of the right foot, left foot dropping behind you, left hand to the heart. Inhale to lift the hips, lift the heart, possibly extending the left arm. Left hand back to the heart, back to the mat. Inhale the left leg back to a three-legged dog. Then as you exhale, bring the foot to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, lower either halfway, chaturanga, or all the way to the earth. Slide forward, drop the top of the feet, lengthening as you inhale. Rise up to cobra, or you might straighten the arms, lifting the hips, thighs, and knees for upward facing dog. Carefully stepping over the toes, or rolling over the toes. Lift the hips and exhale back to down dog. Then inhale to bring the left leg up to a three-legged dog. And as you exhale, step the left foot forward between the hands. And then drop your back heel to the mat. And walk your hands past the top right corner of the mat for warrior dog. Keep opening the left thigh behind you so the knee stays more over the ankle. And you can keep the palms down, or you might come up onto your fingertips. Either way, draw back with the hands and the feet towards the core, towards the belly button, toning the arms and the legs as you lengthen through the spine and the top of the head towards the hands. And then walk your hands towards the right side. Bring the feet parallel with one another. And as you inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, fold. And you can walk your hands back, but continue to use the breath, lengthening the spine with each inhale. You might fold further with each exhale. Good, then bring your hands to the hips, ground through the feet, lengthen through the spine, and inhale to rise back up. And then angle the heels in slightly, and the knee or the toes out slightly. And then bend the knees. You can bring your hands to the tops of the thighs, but try not to let your shoulders collapse in. Keep the shoulders wide, the spine lengthening. Then you can gently rock a little from side to side. And then keep the knees bent. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Keep the spine long and gently bob up and down for a goddess pose. Good, then straighten the legs. Bring your feet back to parallel. Bring the arms to the sides. And inhale to bring the right arm next to the ear, lengthening the spine. As you exhale, reach through the right fingers towards the left side. Don't put all your weight on that left leg. Just use it as a guide. And opening the heart more towards the ceiling. If you don't feel any pinching going on the lower back, you might even bring the back of the left hand to the outside of the right hip. Inhale to come back up. And exhale to bring the arm back down. And then inhale, bring the left arm next to the ear, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, reach the left fingers towards the right side. Don't put all your weight on that right leg, just use it as a guide. You might even bring the back of the right hand to the outside of the left hip. Keep lengthening through the left side of the body, opening the heart towards the ceiling, the breath steady. Inhale to come back up, and exhale to bring the arm back down. And then step back to the top of the mat. And again, feel free to have your blocks ready out in front so they're easy to get to. Shifting weight to the right foot, bring the left heel just above the right ankle. Hands together in front of the heart. Grounding through all four corners of the right foot, lifting the heart. You might stay here, or you might bring the left foot to the calf or to the inside of the thigh. Keep opening the left thigh behind you. The hands can stay at the heart, or keeping that heart center awareness, you might bring the arms overhead, possibly opening the arms, opening the fingers for Vriksasana, tree pose. And then bringing the hands back to the heart, bring the left knee out in front. Inhale, lengthen the spine as you exhale, fold, extending the left leg off the mat, back behind you, stopping about halfway. Blocks are there if you want to bring the hands down. Hips level with the earth, back toes pointing down, heart extending forward, and focus on a point at least 3 or 4 feet, maybe further out in front. If you are balanced, the hands can stay at the heart, or go back by the hips, palms facing down, off to the sides, or out in front. Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Slowly bending the front knee. As you exhale, float yourself back into a high crescent lunge. Inhale, lift the heart, lengthen the spine. Hook your thumbs the opposite way you did last time. Gently pull the thumbs apart. Reach through the back heel and the front knee, hips coming down evenly as the heart lifts. As you exhale, extend towards the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, bring the hands in front of the heart, the back knee coming down. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, twist towards the right side. The back knee can stay down, or it has the option to lift. The hands can stay together, or you might release the left hand towards the mat, right hand towards the ceiling. Parvrita, Parsvokhanasana, revolve side angle pose. Bring the hands back together. Inhale, back to center. Drop the back foot parallel with the back of the mat. Then windmill the arms up for Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. The front knee over the ankle, and the front heel lined up with the back heel or the back arch or in that range. Front knee and thigh in line with the middle toe. Looking past the right, but make sure the left and the right arm are about even. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, ground through both feet, stretching the hips evenly in both directions. As you inhale, straighten the front leg, bring the arms overhead, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, ground through the back foot, bend the front knee, and open to Warrior 2. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bring the arms overhead. And exhale, Vira 2. Flip the right palm up, left hand to the back thigh. Inhale, the right arm overhead. Rotate the heart and torso towards the front knee. And as you exhale, tilt back, reversing your warrior. Keep the front knee bent, the heart lifting, continuing the arc of the spine through the neck and the top of the head. Inhale the arms back to Warrior 2. As you exhale, bring the right forearm to the thigh, left hand to the hip. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist the whole torso to bring the left shoulder back. You might stay here, or bring the right hand to a block, or to the floor. The left arm can extend towards the ceiling, and if you can keep the left shoulder stacked over the right, you might extend the arm next to the ear, palm facing down. Parsvokhanasana, extended side angle pose. Inhale back to Warrior 2, and again we're going to go one breath per movement for a couple of rounds. As you exhale, tilt back, reversing your warrior. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, Parsvokhanasana, side angle. Inhale, Warrior 2. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, Vira 2. And exhale, side angle. Then bring both hands to the top of the mat. Pick up your back heel and inhale the front right leg back to a three-legged dog. Stack the right hip over the left, bend the knee, and open a scorpion dog. Keep your left shoulder strong. You can stir the right foot and ankle. You might stay here or take a break in child's pose, or the option to flip your dog. Again, if you're going to do that, first float forward, shoulders over the wrists. Pivot to the pinky toe edge of the left foot, right foot dropping behind you, right hand to the heart. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the heart, possibly extending the right arm. Right hand back to the heart, back to the mat. Inhale the right leg back to a three-legged dog. And exhale, bring the foot to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, lower either halfway, chaturanga, or all the way to the earth. Slide forward, drop the top of the feet, lengthen as you inhale, rise up to cobra, or upward facing dog. Stepping over the toes, or rolling over the toes.
Exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. And exhale, step the right foot forward between the hands. And then drop your back heel to the mat and walk your hands past the top left corner of the mat for warrior dog. Keep opening the right thigh to the right side so the knee stays over the ankle. You might keep the palms down or come up onto your fingertips. Draw back with the hands and the feet towards the core, towards the belly button, toning the arms and the legs as you lengthen through the spine and the top of the head towards the hands. And then walk your hands towards the left side. Bring the feet parallel with one another. And then bring your hands to the hips, ground through the feet, lengthen through the spine, and inhale to rise up. Interlace the fingers behind the back. And then as you inhale, straighten the arms, lengthen the spine, keeping the spine long, the arms straight. As you exhale, fold. Keep using the breath. Lengthen the spine, straighten the arms with each inhale, possibly folding further with each exhale. And then switch the way your fingers are laced. Take a few more breaths. And then release the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. And then heel and toe the feet further apart, keeping the feet parallel with one another. And when you get to your end range, if you can keep the spine long, you might even come down to the forearms. Keeping the spine long, gently rock forward and back. And then coming back up to the hands. Heel and toe the feet back to where they were or close to it. And you can either bring your hands to the outsides of the calves, the shins, the ankles. You might grab the feet or the big toes, but use that leverage of the hands and the arms to pull back. And as you inhale, lengthen the spine, keeping the spine long. As you exhale, fold. And if you're feeling adventurous here, there's always the option for a headstand, bringing the head down and then bringing the hands shoulder width apart, the wrists under the elbows, and then carefully lifting the feet, and possibly bringing the feet together. And if you are in headstand, bringing the legs wide and carefully bringing the feet back to the mat. And then wherever you're at, bring your hands to the hips, ground through the feet, lengthen through the spine, and inhale to rise back up. And then step back to the top of the mat. And then bring your arms out in front, come up onto your toes. And lifting the heels as you exhale, bend the knees and squat down. It might just be this far, it might be all the way to the heels. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, squat down. Inhale, back up. And exhale, squat down. And then carefully bring your hands down and come back to sitting. And then this is where you might use your belt, strap, bandana, whatever you might have here. But bring your legs wide and rotate the thighs in so your toes point more towards the ceiling. And then reaching with the left hand towards the left foot. If you can, grab the foot on the big toe edge. Do that with the palm facing up. Kind of like you're serving your foot a tray of drinks or food here. If that's not quite happening, this is where you can use a strap or whatever you have available. But hold that strap with the hand
palm facing up. Right hand to the hip, left elbow towards the thigh, towards the shin, or to the inside of the calf. As you inhale, lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, twist the whole torso to bring the right shoulder back, the right arm extending towards the ceiling. And if you can keep your right shoulder from dropping towards the floor, you might extend the arm next to the ear, the palm facing down, and possibly touching the toes. If you're dropping your shoulder just to touch your toes though, don't go that far. Stay here instead. Harvrita, Janu Sirsasana, revolved knee to nose. Bring the right hand back to the hip. Inhale to rise back up. And if you use a strap on that side, then bring one to the right foot, holding the strap with the right hand. Again, palm facing up. Or if you can, reach the foot with the right hand. Grab it on the big toe edge, palm facing up. Left hand to the left hip, right elbow towards the thigh, towards the shin, or to the inside of the calf. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist the whole torso, bringing the left shoulder back. Left arm extending towards the ceiling. And again, you might stay here, or extend the arm next to the ear, palm facing down. Keep lengthening through the spine, opening the heart towards the ceiling. Harvrita, Janu Sirsasana, revolved knee to nose. Left hand back to the hip, and inhale to come back up. And then bend the right knee, bring the bottom of the foot to the inside of the left thigh. And again, you might use a strap here. Reach with the right hand towards the left toes. If you can touch the toes easily, you probably don't need a strap. Release and come back up. If that's a bit of a challenge, or you want more leverage, bring a strap around the left foot, holding it with the right hand. The left hand off to the left side. And as you inhale, lengthen the spine. If you're not using a strap, bring that right arm overhead, aiming towards the toes. As you exhale, fold. If you can grab the foot, grab it on the pinky toe edge. Use your left hand like a tripod to give you stability and to keep your shoulders level with the earth. You can even press down with the left fingers to ground the right hip. As you extend the heart towards the toes for Janu Sirsasana, knee to nose, but think heart to toes or chin to shin, really focusing on the link through the spine. Inhale to come back up, and then bring the right hand about a half a foot away from the hip, fingers pointing away from you. Sweep the left arm next to the ear, the palm facing down, lifting the hips, coming up onto the right knee and shin. Bottom of the left foot coming to the floor, opening the heart towards the ceiling for stargazing. Then bringing the hips back down, extend the right leg, bring the bottom of the left foot to the inside of the thigh. If you use a strap on the other side, you'll probably want to use one on the right foot, holding the strap with the left hand, right hand to the right side. Inhale, lengthen the spine. If you're not using a strap, bring the left arm overhead, aiming towards the toes. As you exhale, fold. If you can grab the foot, grab it on the pinky toe edge. Use your right hand, again, like a tripod to give you stability and keep the shoulders level with the earth. You can even press down with the right fingers, grounding the left hip as you extend the heart towards the toes. Janu Sirsasana, knee to nose, but again, think heart to toes or chin to shin, focusing on the link through the spine. Inhale to come back up, and then bring the left hand about a half a foot away from the hip, fingers pointing away from you. Sweep the right arm next to the ear, palm facing down, lifting the hips, coming up onto the left knee and shin. Bottom of the right foot coming to the floor, opening the heart towards the ceiling. 4 stargate. And bringing the hips back down. Go ahead and extend your legs out in front and bring the right knee in towards the chest. Right foot to the outside of the left thigh. You can keep the left leg extended, or you might bend the left knee and bring the foot next to the right hip. But make sure the hips stay level with the earth. The spine is lengthening. Wrap the left arm around the right shin. Right hand to the forearm. Inhale, lift the heart, lengthen the spine, hug the knee in. And take a couple of breaths here. Allow your right hip to relax. Then bring the right fingertips back behind you. Inhale the left arm overhead, lengthen the spine, and exhale, twist towards the right side. You might bring the left hand around or hook the elbow. Keep the hips and shoulders level with the earth, spine lengthening, breath steady. There's the option for the bind here. If you dip that left hand under the knee, you might even bring the back of the right hand to the left hip, possibly connecting the fingers. But again, keep the hips and shoulders level with the earth, the spine lengthening. Inhale, back to center. You might do the funky breakdance switcheroo, walking the hands around, pivoting the feet, and coming the other side, or just switch the legs. You can extend that right leg or bend the knee. Make sure the hips are level with the earth, spine lengthening. Wrap the right arm around the shin, left hand to the forearm. Inhale, lift the heart, lengthen the spine, hug the knee in, and take a couple of breaths here, allowing that left hip to relax. Bring the left fingertips back behind you. Inhale the right arm overhead, lengthen, and exhale, twist towards the left side. You can bring the hand around the thigh or the knee, or hook the elbow, or dipping that right hand under the knee, the back of the left hand to the outside of the right hip, and you might connect the fingers. Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fish pose, or half spinal twist. And again, hips level with the earth, the spine lengthening, and the breath steady. And inhale, back to center. Go ahead and come onto your back, bend the knees, and bring your heels in close to the seat, elbows next to the ribs, fingers pointing up. Walk your shoulders in closer together. Press down with the feet, the elbows, and the shoulders, lifting the hips for Setu Bandha, Sarvangasana, bridge pose. You might stay fingers pointing up, or bring the palms down, or you might even walk your hands and shoulders closer together, possibly interlacing the fingers. If you're wanting more supported version, more restorative version, you might bring a block under the sacrum, between the hips, just below the lower back. It can be on the tall setting, medium, or low setting, whatever works best for you. And if you do have that, the arms can just relax off to the sides, palms facing up. And then bringing the hips back down, bring the knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around the legs. Give yourself a good hug as you gently rock a little from side to side. And then reach between the knees. Grab a hold of the bottom of the feet around the outside edges. Bring the feet more over the knees. Pull down on the feet as you press the feet against the hands for happy baby. And feel free to rock a little from side to side. And then release the legs straight out on the mat for Shavasana. And I'm going to leave you in Shavasana, so feel free if you want to put some warmer clothes on or a blanket. Bring the legs just apart, arms just away from the body, the palms facing up. Make sure your neck and your lower back are comfy. and relax.